All right, fellas. So today's gonna be the only body game motivation you need. Now, the only reason I'm wearing these glasses is because my eyes are red as fuck. All right, barely got any sleep. But anyways, it's gonna be the only body game motivation you guys need, man. Like, here's the thing, man. A lot of y'all be asking me some goofy ass questions and shit like that, and I know you're not on your grind. I know you're not on your purpose. Like when I'm talking about this body game shit, it's a small portion of your life, bro. It's a small portion of your life. It's eating what you need to eat, working out how you need to work out, right? That shit's gonna go into all other aspects of your life. Because when you start doing that shit, you start setting boundaries, you start attracting people on higher frequencies. All right. The lowest level of frequency is when you're out of shape, right? And you don't hit the fucking gym. You don't do the bare minimum. All right. Every old ass book that I read was always talking about how working out and eating healthy is the bare minimum. That is the lowest level of frequency. So if you're not mastering that shit, you're on the lowest level of frequency. All right. Attracting higher level people, getting to the next fucking level is going to require you to get on body game, get on your shit. All right. And the thing that's motivating about this, and guess what? I'm not talking to the dudes who already, been on it for years and they already know game and shit like that. I'm talking to like 80% of dudes, because you got to realize 80% of dudes are fucking cooked. 80% of dudes are cooked. 80% of dudes don't think that they could lose fat. 80% of dudes don't think they could get lean. 80% of dudes don't think they can level up in their career. They can start their own business. You feel me? They can attract at least one chick. Like, the regular dude doesn't think that. All right. And that's exactly how I was before I started on this body game shit. And while you get on this body game, it's going to really give you a next level of confidence. The transformation itself will give you the confidence, because when you got to realize, when you transform yourself, you're changing your whole fucking identity to someone that you weren't before, someone you didn't think you could be. That gives you confidence in itself. That builds your aura in itself. Discipline builds aura in its fucking self. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in depth. Like, the shit you can't talk about on YouTube. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the Discord. It's going to be in the description. All right. But in reality, man, like, the fucking transformation is going to make you who you want to become, bro. It's going to change everything. Like, a lot of the shit that I'm currently going through, a lot of the shit that I'm currently dealing with, or that's happening to me, good and the bad, I never thought any of it would fucking happen. A lot of the good shit that's happening, a lot of the opportunities that I've had over the years, I would never think they would happen, right? Like, before body game, I was like, okay, I'm just going to be like an engineer or maybe a nurse or some shit for the rest of my life. And then I remember, getting on body game, I'm getting all these opportunities from social media and shit, obviously getting different photo shoots, but getting all these opportunities from different gyms, paying 5-figure deals, for a month, 5-figure deals for a week, shit like that. And then different companies reaching out, giving you free shit, giving you free chains, free stringers, all that stuff just to rock it, just because they rock with your look, just because you worked on yourself, right? And then having a bunch of chicks reach out and be like, hey, be in my music video. Hey, can I put you on the front cover of this, romance novel? All these opportunities came because when I was cooked, right, I wanted to be de-cooknified, all right? A lot of you guys are cooked. You guys are at that place, and you guys are giving up before you give yourself a chance to actually become who you want to become, all right? You guys aren't open to the possibility that the result that you desire is possible, and that's the fucking issue. All right. Another thing that's the issue is you guys rely on this motivation, goofy ass shit. Stop looking for fucking motivation. If anybody, well, they wouldn't be my friend, but if anybody says, hey man, like, I'm just waiting on motivation, you're not gonna be my fucking friend. That's just the dumbest shit ever. It's 2025 and you're looking for motivation. That's the goofiest shit ever, bro. It's literally, it actually makes me laugh when someone's like, yeah, I'm just waiting on motivation. Motivation is an emotion, just like happiness, just like, when you're pissed off. If you're waiting to go to the gym based on, how you feel, you're never going to go to the gym consistently. If you're waiting to eat what you need to eat based on how you feel, you're never going to eat what you need to eat consistently. When are you going to look in the mirror and be like, holy shit, I'm fat as fuck. My doctor keeps yelling at me. My parents hate me. You feel me? Obviously, chicks are like, damn, this nigga stinks. Get away from me type shit. Like, when are you going to be sick of that shit? All right? Because guess what? At the end of the day, you have to look in the mirror, obviously. And self-awareness is being like, I don't like how I look. I don't feel good on a daily basis. Let's be honest, all right? The benefits of being over 20% body fat. You could type it into Google. You could type it anywhere. It's going to say error, nigga, because that shit doesn't exist. There are no fucking benefits to being over 20% body fat. You get treated like shit, but that doesn't matter how you get treated. The real thing that matters is how you fucking feel. All right, you're going to feel like shit, and you're going to have less confidence in yourself. It just is what it is. You're going to feel more sluggish. You have more headaches. You're going to have type 2 diabetes, or at least be at risk for it, right? You're always going to have issues when you go to the doctor. You're always going to get disrespected, right? I've had lots of clients that started their own business and stuff like that. And once they got leaner, they got more respect, going out to meet people, going out to different events. Even family gave them more respect. You get more respect, but you earn that shit. It's not some random shit. Like, a lot of people will be like, but your body's not that serious. That's why you're fucking out of shape. Why aren't you in shape then, nigga? because you can't put the cookies down, you can't put the pizza down, and you know that shit's serious. Because you know when you see someone in the gym that's lean, you respect them more. You know there's a family member that's lean, you respect them more. You know there's a family member that's out of shape, you guys laugh at him, make jokes about him and shit. All right, it is what it is. It's your first fucking impression. It's very important. We live in an appearance-based society. All right, y'all act like I'm saying some shit that's like I'm making the rules or I'm saying something significant. It's just the truth that some people ignore and some people realize, right? But I would say, like I said, the 80% of cook dudes just don't realize this shit. They don't realize that a lot of their issues stems from, guess what? They're out of shape. A lot of their issues stem from, guess what? They don't have discipline. So guess what? They don't get respect. Like, what is so surprising that if you don't respect yourself, others don't respect you? Why does that surprise you? All right. I know for a fact when someone has a huge stomach and their head is done like this when they're walking around, they don't love themselves. Self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. Why? Because you're constantly putting your future self in the best position, right? Because you love yourself, so you want the best for your future self. That's what it's about, right? When you delay gratification over and over, it's going to be 6 months later and you're going to be in a better position because you made those sacrifices, right? And then you're going to be like, I appreciate my past self for doing what the fuck I wanted to do. When are you going to set some fucking goals and actually go through with those goals, all right? When are you going to be like, you know what? I'm actually, these 6 months, I'm really going to drop this 40 pounds of fat. I'm going to get off my blood pressure medication, my cholesterol medication. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw away all my, size 42 jeans, size 46 jeans, size 48 jeans, size 50 jeans. I don't even know if it goes up to 60, but I know y'all niggas be wearing some, I seen some niggas wearing some fucking, some Fat Albert type jeans or some hippopotamus jeans. I seen that shit before. So when are you going to throw out those fucking jeans and be like, I'm done with this shit? Right? You got to make a decision. That's where the issue comes in. You guys leave the door open just in case you fail because you believe that you're going to fail. Here's what you need to fucking do. Kill your former self. Kill your old identity, all right? Listen, I tatted a black rose on me, right? Because in mythology, that represents, death, right? So it's the death of my old self. So when I was first changing my identity for the better, I would look, I got it tatted on me, and then I would look and I'd be like, okay, this is a permanent decision. My old me doesn't exist anymore, all right? Like I always say, bro, one of my favorite influencers ever, Jeff Logan, he tatted his old self on him, bro. Why? So he knows that he killed his old self and he put it on him, so he knows that he's no longer his old self. And that's what a lot of you guys have to fucking do. A lot of you guys are so fixated. You guys are so focused on, oh my God, what if I fail? What if I fail? Put all that energy into doubt and watch what happens. You're going to fucking fail. Why don't you take that energy and put it into the results you desire? All that anxiety and negativity and doubt that you have is because you're putting more energy into the results you don't desire than the results you do desire, right? You're so focused on, dang, man, what if I don't lose the weight? Dang, what if I can never lose this fat? Dang, man, what if I get fatter? Keep thinking that and it's going to happen, all right? Versus you thinking like, yo, I'm going to get lean as fuck, man. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to have more swag. I'm going to have more charisma. I'm going to start getting out my comfort zone, talking to people. Start doing, bro. Start doing. And one last thing. This will be more in the Discord, and I'll make a whole video on this. But one fucking last thing. Y'all are DMing me shit, bro. Y'all are DMing me shit about y'all are on BodyGame and shit like that. Listen, the shape that you guys in, I'll give you guys this. You guys are in okay shape, better than the average person, but still close to 20% body fat. That's number one. Number two, your facial expressions just show that you, first of all, your facial expressions show that you give too many fucks. Your body language shows that you give too many fucks. And you guys just look like nice guys. You guys just look like you guys care what everybody else thinks. You guys look like you're not confident in yourself. You guys look like you snuck on Earth. You see what I'm saying? Like, you look like it's your first day in your body. Like, it's Men in Black and you're just in your body. And you're like, okay, what do I do with this thing? That's what you look like, all right? You got to be confident in yourself. Really look at people who inspire you. Look at the body language of people who inspire you. But then also start reading books and changing your mindset and really being honed in on your purpose and being intentional. When you're intentional with shit, like when you go somewhere with intention, you're going to feel different than if you go somewhere without intention. All right. You're going to have different energy. Like if you go, like for example, easiest example of all time is going to the gym. If you go to the gym with a plan and you have a fitness goal, you're going to move different from everybody else. All right. You're going to move. So like when I go to the gym, I obviously, okay, if it's like, okay, I'm going from my current goal right now, let me go from 10% to 7% body fat, right? That's my goal in the gym. And if I go in the gym, it's like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Warm up with jump rope, and then today's leg day, right? So I'm going to do jump rope, I'm going to do the leg day machines, and I'm out. I'm intentional. Versus the person who's like, I've been trying to lose weight for 5 years. What should I do? And then I see them doing, you know, full body, and then they're copying people who look lean, and then they're trying to do something for abs, so they're doing some ab work, and then they're watching a fucking movie on the fucking seated row machine. That shit happens all the time. There's no intention there. All right, that's exactly how it is when you're going out into the world. Like your body language and your tonality and your energy is based on how you're thinking and how confident you are in yourself. So a lot of times you guys have this tonality like, hey there, Suzanne, Suzanne. Like that's the tonality that you guys have. And here's the thing, like you guys will be on a date and you guys, you know, you guys will have that kind of energy, like that nice guy energy type shit. And you'll be like, Suzanne, you mind if I grab your esophagus? Do you? I don't want to hurt your epiglottis. Like that's the fucking energy that you guys be having and shit, bro. Y'all don't have that like confident energy as if you guys been there before, right? You guys just don't have that confident energy. And it's because you don't believe in yourself and you're not serious about your goals. You're not intentional with everything that you're fucking doing. All right. That's your tonality, number one. Your body language is just like you're uncomfortable to be on Earth, like you want to be on Mars. It's kind of like that Elon Musk body language type shit, the glitching and shit. I be seeing that shit. I see it in public too. Y'all niggas be glitching and shit. And then I walk by somebody and then they make guard. And I'm like, yo, I'm suppressing my spiritual pressure. I like walk by, you know, a dude who's out of shape and his girl's just staring. And then she like looks me up and down, and I'm like, dude, you can't do that in front of your guy that's fucked up. But it is what it is. But it's because, like I said, you guys look like you snuck on Earth or some shit. Like you need to really focus on like self-awareness and being aware of, first of all, how you look most of the time, but also being confident in yourself. Just be confident in yourself. How do you be confident? Like I said, you keep commitments to yourself. All right, you find your look. All right. That means you don't wear a shirt that like sags down here or sags down here or some shit, and it's like super baggy, and it's, you know, it just looks messy or some shit. And the pictures that you guys take, like if you guys are trying to use social media and shit like that, the pictures you take, it looks like, you know, it's worse than, because I've seen jail TikToks. It's lower quality than jail TikToks. How the fuck is that possible? All right, but anyways, that's enough rambling. But like, my point is, like when you elevate yourself as far as body game goes, like you get better physique, your best physique, and you have that V-taper look, improve other aspects of your life too. That's what you're supposed to fucking do. All right. You use the concept in one arena and put it in another arena. That's how physics works. The concept in physics is if you use something in one arena, it's going to apply to every other arena. So if you progressively overload in fitness, you could progressively overload in social game. In real life, you could progressively overload your career. You progressively overload your finances. You progressively overload paying off your debt. You progressively overload your social media. You progressively overload your family relationships. That's what you fucking do. All right. You don't just go to the gym and work out and then, you know, stand like this and then be like, body game. Like, no, bro. Like, you have to be improving everything. And then another thing is like yellow teeth, you know, no like messed up hairlines, patchy beards and shit like that. You guys will have that and be like, yo, I deserve every chick on Earth. Like, first of all, the dudes who be getting chicks don't be focused and looking for them and shit like that. Like I said, they're actually on the purpose. Stop faking it. Stop trying to fake it till you make it and actually be, right? Be the best version of yourself. Stop trying to fake that shit and be like, let me act like the best version of myself so I can get the benefits. No, it's not going to fucking happen. All right, become the best version of yourself and you'll always have the benefits and you'll maintain them, period.